Hi everyone, it's Hannah and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a June TBR and we are going to pick that TBR using my book bingo, my book journal bingo board. I'm going to take a picture of it and insert it here so you guys can see it a bit better, but I have checked off a lot of them so far. Goal is to check them all off, honestly, not to actually get bingo because I already got a bingo. Whatever. Okay, so the sections that I still need to fill are a debut novel, a summer romance, a thrifted book, a book with a shocking plot twist, so that would have to be one that I would have to mark after reading the book, so we can skip that one. Read a banned book, a book published in the 1900s, a book that made me cry, so that's another one that would come afterward, a book about depression, a book I judged by the cover, if I judged the cover as in like I loved it and that's the only reason I bought the book, or I didn't like the cover so it's made me not read it, a book about women's issues, a reread, and last in a series. So I figure I am just gonna go through these and see what books I have that relate to each category. I already know that I have a few thrifted books on my list, so I'm gonna see how many I have and which ones I want to choose between. Let me go look. Okay, so all three of these books I thrifted. The first one is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This I definitely want to read soon because my friend Jillian is reading it right now and I would like to get to this relatively soon. The other one is The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. This is also one that I would also like to get to soon. This is about 360 pages and Gone Girl is like about the same. And then we have Women Talking by Miriam Toews. I think this could also work for a book about women's issues, so maybe skip this for now, but we might come back to her. And then picking between these two. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I feel like June could be fun for mystery, but I don't know. I kind of really want to read this. So I think we're gonna pick The Dictionary of Lost Words. Sorry, Julian. I need to read Gone Girl. I will. So we have one book. I think we're gonna try and pick like 4 or 5 because if I pick too many, I will get discouraged and I don't want to get discouraged. So yeah. Another category that I know I have a few for is published in the 1900s. Now, actually, I need to check when this was originally published. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say Wuthering Heights, and I knew that this was not, I had a feeling this wasn't 1900s. This was like 1800s. So we're gonna go with The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I love this author. I've read The Marriage Plot by him and that was a very good book for me, so we're gonna give this one a go. I know that this is a book that pretty much everybody reads at some point. Very popular as far as I know, so we will put this on the list. It's a little over 200 pages. Okay, next. Okay, I think for a book about women's issues, I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I think I'm just gonna go with The Women by Kristen Hanna. I do want to get to Women Talking soon. I have had this for almost a year now, I want to say. I think there's a certain mood that I have to be in, though, to read an emotional story like this. Same with this one. This is a very big one, but this is also one that's been recommended to me a few times. So I definitely want to get to it, and I've only read one other book by Kristen Hanna, and that was Firefly Lane. Not my favorite plotline, but I think this will be very interesting, and I believe that this follows women during the Vietnam War. I'm very intrigued and excited to read this, so we are going to add that to the list. Then I think we'll go ahead and pick 2 more. The rest are some that I don't know if I have books for them, so we're just going to go through here. For a debut novel, I'm trying to think. I have a few Olivia Blake books. Is The Atlas 6 her first book? Was that her debut novel? That's crazy. Okay, I will look that up in a second. What else? A banned book? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do a reread just because I'm not really in that kind of mood right now. I do definitely want to go back to Normal People at some time. I think I might go for that during the fall. It feels like a moody fall book, so I might wait for that. Last in a series, I don't even think I have any last. Oh my god. I might have to do that. Shit. For last in a series, I could do Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. That is the last book in the Twilight series. However, that is a thick ass book, and I don't know if I want to tie myself down to reading that by the end of June. I mean, obviously, we'll see if I stick to my TBR. I really don't know. I've never done this. Like, I've never really picked out books that I specifically want to read for the month. But I love watching these videos, so I figured, why not give it a shot? Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any other series where I have the final book. I don't think I do right now. Well, I guess, can we count Daydream, the last in a series, even though I think there's another book coming out in that series. That's also one I kind of don't want to read right now. We might skip that category for now. A summer romance. Okay, for June, I feel like that works. Let me go look at what I have. Honestly, it's really hard to tell sometimes if a book takes place in the summer without it friggin' saying on the cover. Summer romance. So I'm just gonna pick one that looks fun and romancy, and we will see what comes of that. So BRB. Okay, after reading the synopsis of some book, I have no idea how. Oopsie. I picked this up the other day. This is Emily Henry's new book, The Great Big Beautiful Life, and the premise of this is super, super intriguing. I have no idea if this takes place in the summer. I tried to like flip through a little without spoiling it, but I know it takes place on an island, and this basically follows, I don't know their names, but two writers who are getting different portions of one woman's story, and they're writing it without seeing the other person's version. So that premise is just so interesting to me. So this would be my summer romance pick. I could not find any other summery romances. Most of them are taking place in like February or something. I also could do The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake because I did look it up and this is her debut novel. I do really love Olivia Blake's writing. I read Alone with You in the Ether by her, and that is one of my favorite books. I think we might pick this one. And we can throw Great Big Beautiful Life in there. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That would give me 5 books. I feel like that's not bad. Am I stupid? No, that's 5. Cool. So let's go through it very quickly. For a book published in the 1900s, we have The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. This was published in 1993, according to Google. If you don't know what this is about, this follows 5 sisters. Over the course of the years, they all, you know, that should be interesting. Again, a lot of people have already read this, so if you have and you enjoyed it, let me know. Then for a book that I thrifted, we have The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. This is also one that I'm very excited to get into. If you don't know what this is about, this follows Esme, and she is motherless and ever curious, and her father is a lexicographer, so he is collecting words and building the first Oxford English dictionary. So that is just so interesting to me. Oh my gosh, I love that. Somebody's little book stickers on here. That's cute. Okay, then for a debut novel, we have The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. This is a fantasy dystopian, I'm not entirely sure, but the synopsis says each decade only the 6 most uniquely talented magicians are selected to earn a place in the Alexandrian Society. So if I know anything about Olivia Blake, I know that her writing is going to be amazing, so I'm looking forward to this. Then for a summer romance, I have no idea if this is a summer romance. If you know, let me know, but I chose this because it looks pretty and it's on my list. And then we have a book about women's issues, which is going to be Kristen Hanna's The Women. Title is a little spot on, but it follows women and their experience during the Vietnam War. Obviously, it's fiction, historical fiction, but if I know anything about Kristen Hanna, she does research and she really cares about the information that she puts into her books, so I'm very excited for this. And yeah, those are all the books that I chose. If you guys want inspo for book bingo boards, I literally just went on Pinterest and looked at a bunch of other people's boards and started picking ideas that I thought were fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys like this, and I will try to think of more videos for future TBRs. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!